Proust did it, but also Edith Wharton, Mark Twain, Truman Capote, Colette, Bruce Chatwin and George Orwell. That's writing in bed, which is the subject of today's diary entry and today's draft chapter for On Drafting. If I've been surprised by anything in researching these podcasts, these chapters, and in going out to ask about people's writing routines, that's your writing routines, it's just how many bed writers there are. Over on Facebook, I got dozens of replies sharing details of avoiding backache and staying comfortable. Mark Twain, in an interview with the New York Times, said, "I sit up with a pipe in my mouth and a board on my knees and I scribble away. Perhaps the board is the secret." And Roald Dahl had one that rested between the two raised arms of his high-backed chair. This seems a much better solution than bed, well, to me anyway, but it's too rarely adopted to say much about here. Roald Dahl's was a very old-fashioned armchair. Anyway, here's the draft that I was writing about writing in bed. I'm away from home down in Southampton for teaching and writing in bed because my room lacks a desk or table. At the moment, I'm leaning back, resting against the vertical white bars that stand in for the headboard. It's a brass bed with knobs at all four corners, and it's not comfortable, this position. I know that in a moment I'll have to sit leaning forwards, cross-legged, and that too will only be bearable for a short while. Perhaps I just don't have enough pillows on hand to cocoon and support me in the right position. Next, I try lying flattish on my back, with the writing over my face at a 45-degree angle above me. But because it's a long notebook, a large one, not a small one with stiff paper, the pages are constantly folding out and downward from the top left and right-hand corners. My left wrist soon starts to feel slightly pained from holding up the weight of the notebook, and my handwriting's rubbish. Quit that. As a last try, I lie flat, but with head propped up on two pillows. I lift my knees and rest the notebook against them, turning them into a duvet cloaked lectern. This is the best position so far. I can see why some writers might find a way to make this a routine, particularly if their spines work horizontally better than vertically or bent forwards. But I can feel already that there's not quite enough blood to my legs, and I'll need to flex them when they go numb. I'm not a fan of writing in bed, as you can see. I've been trying for the purposes of this experiment with pencil and notebook as my means, but the same problems of posture are there if you use a laptop. Hold it at too upright an angle and a laptop can tip forwards and split the skin on your nose or break it completely. This has almost happened to me watching YouTube videos. My arms are heavy. They need something to rest on if they're going to help me write for a long period of time. It's clear I don't have enough pillows or my spine isn't robust enough. The advantage of bed writing, as far as I can see, and a double bed has this over all but a very large table, empty of computer, pen pots and totems, is that you can surround yourself with multiple pages or reference books or cats. You're in the middle of your desk, and it's a soft, forgiving place. If you're ill, or if you're convalescing, if you can only write for a very few minutes, or for a sentence before you need a rest, this is the way to do it. Bed writing is for you. Also, bed writing might be for you if, for whatever reason, you don't want to be reminded of schoolwork or university work and having to sit at a desk in order to write. Lying in bed makes it feel much more like you're playing truant rather than being a model student with perfect handwriting. Anyway, my back is starting to ache and my neck is getting crooked, and I'm going to have to move fairly soon. So, convince me that writing in bed is the best way to write. Tell me if you think that not including this would be the better idea. There's no need to have a mini chapter on writing in bed. Not enough people do it. Over on Facebook, they'd say that there are plenty of them. So please like, share and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon.
you.